Hello, everyone. It is Sunday, September 7th, and welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. I'm Nick Watkins, and today is the first Sunday of the NFL season. It's week one, and I know the season has already technically kicked off. You already had two games, but the first Sunday of the year is really the confirmation that football is back. And I'm very, very excited for this year and everything that's going to be in the store. But first, on this episode of the Nick Watkins Show, we're going to be talking about baseball and what unfortunately went down last night in St. Louis. The Giants on national TV lost to the St. Louis Cardinals, and it was a very, very frustrating loss in many ways. But first, just to recap, the Cardinals 3 runs on 7 hits and an error, and the Giants had 2 runs on 7 hits and an error. And this loss was especially frustrating because we had the lead in the whole game after we scored in the fourth inning. But going into the ninth inning with a 2-0 lead, and Ryan Walker comes on to try and close it out, loads the bases with nobody out, and then soon enough, the Cardinals scored enough runs to win the game, and we got walked off. Very unfortunate because the Mets lost, and we had a chance to gain a game on them in the wild card, and we couldn't. And in addition to that, Justin Verlander had a very good outing. He went 6 innings, struck out 6, and gave up no runs, only 3 hits, no walks. So a good outing for Unk. He passed Gaylord Perry on the all-time strikeout list. He's in sole possession of 8th place. And it's very frustrating in this aspect because through this series, we had Seymour on Friday, Unk yesterday, and today is Kaiwei Tang. And out of those pitchers, it's not a crazy thing to say that Verlander is definitely the best pitcher out of those three. So the fact that we had him on the mound, he did a good job, our best pitcher of the series, and we spoiled his outing. It's very unfortunate. And then in addition, Joey Lucchesi went an inning and 2/3, and Buto also had faced one batter and got him out. So Unk was good. The rest of the bullpen was good, but Ryan Walker could not close it out. And that is what worries me about this Giants team is sure the offense has been great lately and the starting pitching is good, but the bullpen, which was the best in the entire league for the first half of the season, those guys, our 4 best relievers from the beginning of the year, are no longer going to be playing for the Giants this year. Doval is now on the Yankees. Rogers is now on the Mets, and then Miller and Rodriguez are both shut down for the season. They have injuries. Randy Rodriguez needs Tommy John, and Miller has a shoulder thing. I think it's a shoulder, some arm thing. So Miller and Rodriguez are hurt, and Doval and Rogers are on different teams. So we're gonna need stellar performances from the offense to try and get insurance runs. And that's what I was thinking throughout the whole game when I was watching it. I said, all right, we got the lead. It's great. Let's try and get some more runs. Let's try and keep adding on because I didn't feel comfortable with just 2. I was very comfortable when Verlander was on the mound and Lucchesi as well and Buto. But when Walker came in, I said, I don't know if 2 is going to be enough. And sure enough, it was not. It was not enough. And the Giants had chances to kind of put them away. They weren't exactly the best with runners in scoring position. And another part that is worrying was the lack of clutch yesterday. And one at bat that particularly sticks out to me was when Walker was facing Gorman. I think it was Gorman. Maybe it was the Crooks. Yeah, the catcher. And he had him in an 0-2 count, and he hit him. And that's just a mistake that we really can't be having, especially because that run was the winning run. And so it's a very unfortunate loss. Walker takes the loss and gets the blown save. It's just, yeah, it's one that I kind of shake my head at. You try and move on, try and win the day. Giants played 11-15. So just hope we can win that game. Move on. Don't let it don't dwell on it for too long, and because then we get get in our own heads. So hopefully Walker can come in soon and just move on, forget about it, have a good outing, and move on from there because we got big series coming up. We got the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. Uh, I think Diamondbacks and then Dodgers is the order of that. So a tough loss. At least the Mets lost, so we don't lose any ground. We did lose ground on the Padres, who won. And then another aspect while we're talking about around the league was what happened in Baltimore last night and with the Dodgers. So the Giants lost, which sucks. But on a bright note, so did the Dodgers, and this is how it happened. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who's having a fantastic year for the rival Dodgers, took a no-hitter through 8 2/3. He took it into the ninth inning with 1 out to go and gave up a homer to Jackson Holliday. So the no-hitter was spoiled. And then, because his pitch count was already so high, Dave Roberts pulled him and brought in, I think it was Tanner Scott. Or, let's see. Actually, it looks like it was Trinan at first. And then Scott. And those two blew the game. So the Giants blew the game yesterday, and so did the Dodgers. Yamamoto couldn't finish off the no-hitter, and on top of that, the Orioles walked him off. So that's just a bit of a thing we can look at to make ourselves feel better. At least the Dodgers lost in crushing fashion as well, even more crushing fashion. So looking for the Giants, it's going to be Sonny Gray for the Cardinals, who is a very good pitcher. Remember him with the A's. And then Kaiwei Tang, who had a good start last time in Colorado. He will be pitching for the Giants in the rubber match on this Sunday, the first Sunday of the NFL season. So let's talk about that. There's a lot of good games going on. You look at Bucks Falcons in the morning, Dolphins Colts also in the morning, Steelers Jets, Rodgers facing his old team, Fields facing his old team. And that'll be exciting. And then lots of good games in the afternoon. Of course, the Niners and the Seahawks, Lions Packers, Texans Rams, and then a great Sunday night game, which is the Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills. I'm very excited for that game. There's lots of good games going on, lots of good football to watch. But let's talk about the 49ers. And I already made my prediction yesterday, although I can't exactly remember what I said the score was going to be. I think it was 24-21. That's what I said. And what I'm looking for today is, first of all, how McCaffrey's doing with the calf injury that he's been dealing with recently. I'm pretty sure he's going to play. I have him in fantasy in my family league, and I know most of my viewers are my family. So if you're watching and you're also in that league, I hope McCaffrey's going to play, or else I'm probably going to lose to you. But yeah, I think McCaffrey's going to play, so obviously going to watch out for that and how he's doing, how his workload is. I think the 49ers can afford to be a little bit more cautious now that they have Brian Robinson, who's a great back, and he can take some carries. But when McCaffrey's out there, the 49ers are a completely different team. So you'd like for him to be out there. And then the main point of the game that I want to be looking at to see how the team is looking in week one is how the defense is doing. Because the defense is and was a big part of this team. You look back at 2019 with the Gold Rush and the Hot Boys and those position groups, the D-line and the linebackers. That was really the dominant force of our team, and it's why we were so good. It's because we could rush for and get pressure. And I think this D-line, while it's not as good as that D-line, the Gold Rush, this new version, I think, could be very good as well. We got Bosa, who is, I consider to be the best D-end in the league. Parsons is definitely up there. Watt and Garrett as well. Lots of good linemen nowadays, but I think Bosa is for sure one of the best, if not the best. I'm obviously very biased. But you got Bosa on one side and then Huff on the other. Huff, who we traded for, back reunited with Saleh, which is another storyline that I'm looking forward to is how the defense looks with Saleh back. But getting back to the D-line, Mike Williams from Georgia, the rookie first rounder, and then I think it's also Anderson and uh, Gross Matos. Is he going to be playing today? I hope so. But I think this D line and this whole defense with Warner and the rookie Nick Martin, all the guys we got, all the rookies and the returning all pro vets are going to play a big part in this season. And if the defense is rolling with Saleh back at calling the plays at the helm, I think our team can do very, very well this year. And week one in Seattle against a rival, it's going to be loud. It's going to be a fantastic game. I'm super excited, super optimistic. And that's the part that I love about week one football and opening day for baseball and all that stuff. It's just the optimism because everyone has a chance when the season starts. Nobody's out of it. And I think the 49ers, their chances of winning this year are very high, very good chance that we can have a good season, have lots of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm sure you guys are as well. So I'm going to try and wrap this up, get this uploaded before all the games start. Very, very excited for this year to start. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.